obviously it's in the title, but they are playing the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 version of Birth by Sleep. The main reason for that you'll see is they give us access to EXP 0, which is kind of important to this category. They will be playing Aqua. Aqua is by far the fastest and most interesting category in Birth by Sleep. Although there's probably got to be some work that they got to do with both Ventus and Terra, even though nobody wants to do it. But with that, it looks like we are underway for both runners.
Yeah.
I'll kick it over to Shib if you want to explain this glorious first event in the run.
So yeah, much like yesterday, they're just gonna open up here with the orb fight. And for those of you who weren't here, I'll go a little more in depth. The orbs is pretty much the tutorial for this game. You're given a couple of less than great abilities for the beginning of the game, and then you just have to kill these orbs of light as fast as you can. What they're gonna want to do is try to get two orbs to collide into one another, because that will instantly destroy them. So you'll see them trying to manipulate them and then using the abilities as often as they can off cooldown so that they can get as much damage on them as possible.
Yeah, definitely, and you guys can see they've gotten underway. The first minute is just picking the character, and then they go into orbs at about 108. Right now, BB is actually currently on your screen 3 seconds ahead of Adam in time. You can see the timers there. They're a little off. BB on a good start, starting out with a bubble blaster to take out all three and then knock them around the room. Hopefully get some damage down, and hopefully, using the crappy commands that they are given in the beginning of the game, take out as many of the orbs as possible. Shib, go on. What kind of other tech are you going to be seeing within this orb split?
Groupings of orbs will most likely be thundered in order to fill command gauge faster, and then also Aqua's finisher, her default finisher, is a good AoE damage on multiple orbs stacked on one another. And for this part, pretty much anything sub 2 minutes is considered a good time for this category.
Definitely. And it's, it's one of those where, unfortunately, the first two events in this run are probably the most just purely random. This and the Jock Escort, but it's something you can't overly stress about. It just kind of, it's just jockeying for position, I think, for both runners early on. But obviously, we're going to get to some much, much more important stuff later on.
Definitely.
So it's really, I think, for both runners, anybody who runs this category, it's just get through it. Don't get caught up. I remember Adam got the record once with like a 208 orbs or something.
Yeah.
So not that important.
No, definitely not. I'm going to go ahead and lower down that volume just a little bit. By the way, the audio you guys are hearing is from BB's stream, and he does talk on occasion when people talk to him in chat, so don't be warned. Just if you hear any mumbles in the background, it is him talking to his chat, or I don't know, explaining something within the game, but he knows this is tournament time. This is where it really starts. Heading over to Castle of Dreams. What is he going to be picking up on the way here, Shib?
Castle of Dreams, on his way to Shock Escort, you're going to pick up a Fleeting Crystal, and then you're going to go up the stairs, trigger a cutscene, and then fall down and grab a Barrier Surge, I believe, and then you'll grab a High Potion, and both of those will be sold later on in a menu that we'll see coming up in a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the beginning part of this game is just movement tech and get over to the right spot. You can see them using cartwheeling. If you've never seen Aqua Crit before, this is the fastest way to get around to places. Cartwheeling and using the ability Slide Dash in your command deck, which will be equipping here in this first menu coming up. As BB will drop down and pick up the Barrier Surge from underneath the stairs. Moving forward, he's going to go out this door through a hallway and pick up a High Potion, as we'll enter the first instance of shopping within this game to pick up new abilities. And then we'll enter into a menu. What does the shopping ensue of? What do we have to do what do we have to pick up at the Kupo shop?
Well, for Adam, you're going to see him buy a Sliding Dash and 3 Blizzards, and then for Bloody, you're going to see a Sliding Dash and 2 Blizzards, because he prefers to keep the Thunder in his inventory as opposed to a 3rd Blizzard.
Is there any reason behind that? Have you talked to him about it? Figured out why? Because I personally do not know.
I actually did talk to him earlier about it for the first time, and he said it's simply because the route only requires 2 blizzards. So he's only going to max the level of the blizzards that he absolutely has to in order to pass this run. And he keeps the Thunder in there just to make one fight in deep space faster by maybe a couple seconds by doing AoE damage as opposed to blizzard damage.
And that really shows the optimization that he has into going into this whole run. He's picking up an ability for deep space, which is 4 worlds down the road. So this is really, really interesting. He's now going to be going into the Jacques escort, and during this Jacques escort, what do we expect him to see? Any of you guys?
You expect to hate Jacques just a little bit,
yeah,
and just cry a little bit inside every time. There's a couple of different patterns that he can take movement-wise across the floor. They want to try to make sure that they push one of the Flood a little bit away from him. So then he will start. They'll kill all of them except for 1 Flood. It was the strat the last time I did this, anyways.
Yeah.
And then he'll start moving forward. Hopefully, if you keep the 1 Flood spawned, then other unversed will not spawn. And if you're lucky, you can get through the whole thing in like 1 wave without other stuff spawning. But
yeah,
more than likely, they're gonna have to deal with a wave or 2.
Definitely.
Go ahead. He actually chooses to kill the 3rd Flood in his Shock Escort. It's the only person I've seen purposely do it in order to kill the green ones that spawn afterwards. He also killed on the way there with Spellweaver like that, so it's an interesting thing I really only see him do.
It was really good. It was a really good Shock Escort.
Fail-safe of sorts. Kind of no matter what pattern he gives you, then you're always going to get a relatively fast fight.
Yeah, definitely. It all depends on what path that Jacques decides to take. If Jacques decides to load up more enemies on the path, and surprisingly
he takes a very unfavorable path for Adam, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely, and he's going to have to use Spellweaver and destroy the bruisers that are spawning up. And now he's going to go ahead and collect all the money that he can and get rid of all the enemies. Hopefully Jacques doesn't take too much damage for him and drops the key. If he drops the key, that's about a 10 to 15 second time loss. I'm not 100% on it, but you definitely want to avoid that. Just getting into the finishing the minigame as that unverse was coming to hit Jacques. I know he was coming for Jacques. He was coming for Jacques, man. So as now Bloody will be heading into the Cursed Coach fight. I'm gonna go ahead and make his stream full screen for everyone. And Shib, explain exactly what is he doing here.
Basically, you want to open up with sliding dash to close the distance between you and Curse Coach, and then you're going to use your spells. In Adam's case, they would just be blizzards, but Bloody has his thunder that he can use to obtain Spellweaver as fast as possible. And then once you obtain Spellweaver, you can do air combos in order to stun him with the finisher, or if he's ready to retaliate, you'll have to block before you can do your air combos. And then after that, you just use a couple more spells, get your Spellweaver finisher, and finish him off.
Yeah, that was a very good job from BB. Now ahead of Adam by about 30 seconds thanks to that Jacques escort. Let's go ahead and watch Adam's perspective on this. And as you guys can see, he's just right now waiting for Curse Coach to go ahead and go into it's jumping, try to force it out before he goes into the jumping phase so he can block. And unfortunately, he gets tagged up there and gets hit stun. Stuns Curse Coach and doesn't force out Spellweaver in time while it was stunned. So now he gets to jump around. This is really, really unfortunate.
Mods, you can start banning people if you want.
He definitely
He will be able to save it, but yeah, that's a time loss that you can't really account for. Sometimes Curse Coach just decides to be random, and it's just an unfortunate thing.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
So, kind of a rough Enchanted Dominion for, or not Enchanted Dominion, Cinderella World, I'm going to call it.
Castle of Dreams.
Castle of Dreams, that's right. We're getting to that. I know this one. Kind of a rough one. It looks like it's about a 55-second deficit already for Adam behind Bloody. A lot of it was the Jacques escort, just getting a bad walking pattern from Jacques, but still obviously a lot of game to play, over an hour left in this run. So
as Bloody will now be heading into Dwarf Woodlands, and Adam is entering into the loading zone to load into. BB's already in there, and we're actually going to see our first instance of ice cream. Shib, go ahead, lay down the law. What is ice cream, and what do we need it for?
Ice cream is what is going to be used throughout the entire end game. One use of ice cream gives excuse me. One use of ice cream will give you a Spellweaver, and then another one on top of that will put you at the Spellweaver finisher. So when we obtain a large amount of ice cream, using their browts, they should obtain at least 60 or so. That's just what's going to be used in order to Spellweaver all the bosses in endgame and make quick work of them. It's just the fastest way to go about it, due to the EXP 0 being overpowered in this game.
Yeah, we didn't really get into that. Can we explain a little bit about why EXP 0? Like, why is Spellweaver, just to clarify to people, is not supposed to do this?
No.
Can we clarify like why it is
EXP
doing this?
0, you will be surprised at how little damage you will be doing.
Yeah, definitely. EXP 0 is an ability added into critical mode on all aspects of every KH game except for maybe one original and one FM. But EXP 0 is actually what it does is it makes it so every time you kill an enemy, you don't get EXP for it. But what happens is, what they did in 1.5 is a little different opposed to what they did in in KH2. In 1.5, they adjusted the damage modification to scale with EXP 0, so you wouldn't be doing chip damage all the way through when you're level 1. Kingdom Hearts 2 was built around that game. When you add it to a game, the numbers are a little mistweaked, and they did the same thing in Birth by Sleep FM on the PS3 port. But I think they were just sleeping like I was yesterday during when they were on the Spellweaver part and the Peter Pan part of this, because the damage that you do is absolutely accordingly unreal with Spellweaver finisher. That kind of damage is unseen of. You can't do that damage in critical without EXP 0 on. You can't do that damage in beginner. That damage is only coming up through EXP 0 on level 1.
Yeah, so the EXP 0 in original Birth by Sleep Final Mix was way underpowered, and a lot of people complained that you didn't do enough damage, so they attempted to buff it, and they went a little overboard is what happened.
Yeah,
to say the least.
They were drunk.
So now that we're inside of the mirror fight, the magic mirror, do you want to explain a little bit about the strategies here? This is, I think, one of the most interesting fights in the entire run, I would say.
See, Bloody is already finishing that.
Yeah.
He uses sleep strats, one of the few top runners to actually do that, and it makes very quick work of the fight.
Adam does this fight a little differently.
Yeah, Adam will do it differently. Hopefully he won't get trolled like he did yesterday by it, and he'll be able to make a quick fight. Unfortunately, by default, it's going to be a little slower because I believe you have to at least do a 1 cycle or a 2 cycle fight if you're not doing sleep strats.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see what Adam makes of it. BB just coming out of it. He's going to be heading toward an Enchanted Dominion now. Let's see how Adam can recover himself. Hopefully the mirror gives him a good, lets him be and gives him a pretty decent pattern. He might end up going underground. Oh no, he got pretty decent as the face goes up into the sky and goes towards him. He's just now going to go ahead and just guard, stop the DM effect, and hopefully stun him with poison. Use more abilities to force out Spellweaver, hopefully knock him down, which he did. Nice job from Adam. He's going to be he's definitely going to be taking out Magic Mirror with that. Excellent job making the best of that strat. That is probably the fastest you'll see that strat work.
Yeah, that was very strong.
Yeah.
So explain a little bit, like, what's the theory behind Bloody's strat? Is it just more YOLO? Is it harder? What is it?
It's more technical. Definitely more technical.
It's more technical, but more consistent.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
The thing is about Bloody Strat, it keeps Magic Mirror stunned to the point to where he doesn't end up doing a move, and BB has all the ability to keep him there and stun him when he has a Spellweaver finisher quicker, and he'll be able to take out Magic Mirror faster because of it.
Right, like Bloody's strat has on first knockdown he will kill him with Spellweaver finisher, but for Adams he has to use the first knockdown in order to get Spellweaver finisher, and then the second knockdown after Magic Mirror retaliates is the kill.
Definitely. And now BB's going
now
to...
we're in the Enchanted Dominion.
Now
right?
we're in... Yeah, well...
Yes!
Yeah,
Right,
you did it. You did it.
A lot of people's least favorite world, very deadly with the little goons in this world.
Definitely,
They
definitely.
Gang up
this
on
world
you
is
and
terrible.
make very quick work of you, especially in this early in the game when you don't have second chance once more.
Yeah, with BB heading into this menu, what are we picking up here? What is BB picking up here, and what will Adam be picking up? Because I think their menus are a little bit different.
Yeah, BB prefers to grab 4 magnets here in order to keep a Thunder in his inventory, because we need to meld 2 Magneras, and most runners will use 2 magnets to make one and then Magnet Thunder to make the other, but BB prefers to keep his Thunder, so he buys 4 magnets instead. But you'll see Adam grab 3 magnets, and then as well as both of them getting 4 fires, because we'll need to be melding 2 fires together later in the game.
Oh
Second
my
chance
God.
once more.
Bloody is so fast at that skip, getting up to the Ice Barrage.
Yeah.
So
dude.
that was a strategy that, up until a few months ago, I make it sound like this game's had this long history. It's been out for like 6 months.
I haven't seen the dude in
But yeah, for a long time we went and got that. I think it wasted about 15 seconds compared to this modern strat.
Yeah,
but,
actually, it saved about a minute.
Oh, was it a full minute?
Yeah, just about.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because we would actually have to go around and go through this entire room again, as BB is now going through the Goons 1 fight. Basically, this is force out Spellweaver as fast as possible and kill all the goons quickly, using magnets to keep the goons in place. But that fight can be very scary, as we saw Adam die to it yesterday. So we'll definitely.
That's the one. I think that's the one fight where you can.
It's nice to finish that with the Spellweaver finisher and not have to chase another one down like a straggler. That happens a lot to new runners.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot, and I'm garbage. So
Adam,
we've done like 2 runs apiece.
Oh yeah.
Adam also getting his Ice Barrage early, first try. I know he
missed that ledge, yeah. No, BB missed that ledge yesterday, and he had to wait for the full sliding dash to come back. But it still saves. Even if you miss that ledge, you are still you still save time over the old strat. So by waiting for sliding dash. Yeah, if you get a second try.
You have to wait for sliding dash to come off cooldown, unfortunately.
Yeah, and now BB heading in.
That's a little subtle thing that maybe a lot of people don't catch when they watch a run of this. If you haven't played the game yourself, is it might seem like a lot of the strategies in this game are just do spells, get to Spellweaver, win the fight. There's tons of little specifics about the fastest way to get into Spellweaver, ways to prevent yourself from dying, which can be pretty hard, honestly, especially in these goons fights.
Yeah, definitely.
Realizing that there's cooldown in almost in all your skills, so you got to make sure you're spacing them correctly. There's actually a lot of technical stuff to these fights. I'm hoping, especially when we get to like RPG Limit Break and SGDQ, that we can really get into those specifics, because there are a lot of them.
Yeah, those the cooldown management is a big thing, and currently, as you were explaining, that BB entered into the longest force fight in the game with Goons 2. And basically, at any point of this, if you die, you have to start all over again. And if you get touched by these goons twice, you're dead. We don't have any way to heal ourselves. We dropped that heal chest a long time ago. So
that was routed out.
Yeah, we have.
Which is really interesting, because the cure is literally like it's right next to you. It would take very little time to equip it, but the runners have become so. I don't know if you say like they've optimized the run so much, or they've just become ballsier and stupider.
Oh, ballsier and stupider. No that one. Number 2 on that one.
I vote number 2 there.
Yeah.
And
oh, cool slide dash
watching
there.
high level runs, runners such as these two, the game's gonna look generally easy, but I assure you, like, if you pick this game up for the first time and tried to do level 1 through these 2 goon fights, you would have plenty
Oh
of
no. I've done that on the I did that on the PSP version. No thank you. That is hell on earth.
Also, the nice little movement tech there. We didn't touch on the sliding dash to get to the top of the wall.
Yeah, we haven't really talked too much about sliding dash movement tech in general in this game. It's, you know, as much as a lot of people in the community love Cage 2 and Cage 2 FM speedruns, there's not a lot to them in the way of actual movement tech, which is, I think, a good bread and butter type technique or deal or whatever for speedrunning in general. And Cage 2 doesn't have a lot of that.
But in this one, it has a lot.
How much you want to shit on it, it's actually got a lot of good movement tech.
Yeah, definitely.
The sliding dash can be used to do a lot of stuff, not just get to places faster, but also to get places early, much like we saw them get Fish and Fire Raga and Ice Barrage early.
Yeah, definitely.
Both of these chests are supposed to be unattainable until High Jump and Air Slide are acquired after Deep Space.
Yeah, definitely. And as we'll now see BB do a menu here. What is this menu in Sue, their ship?
You're going to start off melding your Blizzara with 2 Blizzards and then your 2 Magneras, putting a fleeting on each of them in order to get 3 magic haste so that your spells reload faster. And then he's going to be equipping 2 Fires, a Blizzara, 2 Magneras, and Ice Barrage in order to get a DM-less or a flightless Dragon Maleficent fight.
Oh, and with
I never hear the term DM thrown around with BBS. That's fun.
Yeah, but with this fight, we've got Dragon Maleficent. Shib, what are they going to be trying to do? What is BB going to be trying to do here as he enters into this fight?
The strategy for this is pretty much Blizzara, Fire, Magnet, and that'll put you in Spellweaver. And then Ice Barrage, Magnet, Blizzara, Fire to get the finisher. You have a little bit of leeway to change around the order, like however you see fit, but after that you're going to want to just do that same order of operations again in order to finish her off with a second Spellweaver. The only issue here is sometimes if Philip does too much damage, she will take off early without doing her second fire phase, and you lose about 30 seconds, maybe even more if you don't react well to it. But fortunately for BB here, it looks like Philip was nice to him, and he was able to finish her off before she flew away.
Yeah, that's a really nice. That was a really good fight. As Adam now entering into the fight.
Unfortunately, we did see her take off yesterday for Adam. He did kill her with the reaction command, so he didn't lose. He lost the complete minimal amount of time that he could have, but still it's a time loss that you have to deal with.
Definitely.
So we'll see if you can get better pattern from Philip today.
Once again, this consistency we keep going on about Bloody, just an unbelievable start by him, it looks like. I don't know what kind of pace this necessarily is, but I've seen very little go wrong in his run so far.
Definitely. I'm going to go ahead and turn on Adam's audio, put him on full screen for you guys. As you guys can see, going through the exact same motions as BB did here, using the abilities to get into it, Magnet, Ice Barrage, and then Fire Blizzard to force her into Spellweaver, doing the same motions. He did actually get the fire this time, no stomps. She didn't fly away early, so this is looking pretty good for Adam right now. Hopefully he can get the Spellweaver finisher, and he does. Finishes off that. Excellent work from Adam. We're going to use his audio as we push forward here. Good job from Adam.
Now, to note, just a lot of people might be saying, oh, we're already at like a minute 20 deficit. It is true that Adam is getting slower load times. Is that correct?
Yes, he does play on a regular slim, whereas BB is playing on a super slim. But the actual deficit for load times is up for debate. Cyberman did a little bit of testing, but that's the only testing that we have to go off of. I know a lot of people like to argue it's not noticeable, and some argue that it's 1 to 2 minutes lost, so there's no real way to tell as of yet. I do hope that somebody does some serious testing, though, so we can get to the bottom of it once and for all. That would be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Are they inconsistent overall, like across all copies and versions of the game?
Kind of.
Yes. I would say that the load times are not like overly inconsistent, but there is some inconsistency to them being a PSP port onto the PS3, and the load times in PSP version were completely inconsistent, so a little bit of it carried over.
Yeah, well.
So now that we're here, you know, we've reached Radiant Garden, which is kind of like the halfway point of the run in a lot of ways, and we go into these fights. The biggest thing that they're going to have to start looking out for now is you got to be a little more, like, again, a lot of the strategies early game are just, yeah, do your spells, do any amount of spells, and you get into Spellweaver. Well, now they actually have access to other command styles once you go into your specific style. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Spellweaver, and you can go out of Spellweaver as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So they want to, what are some of the things they want to avoid doing to keep away from that?
Well, after Trinity Armor fight, which we're going to see here in a minute, it's going to be unlocking the Blade Charge command style, which is a level 3 one, or a level 2 one, I guess, which can be obtained after, instead of a Spellweaver finisher, you can go into Blade Charge if you don't handle it correctly. So pretty much any, once they've hit Spellweaver, they don't want to use any elemental spells at all. The only thing you will see them use is Mind Square and physical attacks to fill up the bar. Otherwise, they will go into Blade Charge, and the Blade Charge finisher does nowhere near as much damage as Spellweaver finisher.
I think in casual play, if you're not doing EXP0 level 1 strats, Blade Charge is considered a stronger ability, correct?
Yeah, it's the auto attacks for Blade Charge do have empowerment to them, so they will hit harder. But for EXP0, it doesn't really help that much.
Yeah. Definitely, as Adam gets through the force fight with Mickey, BB is actually entering into Trinity Armor. Probably the dumbest fight in this game, besides Final Fights, I would say.
Oh, Adam got trolled by one of the birds as well.
Oh, but
yeah,
he caught him early.
Ran off and was messing around with Mickey there for a while.
Alright, so as
fortunately,
BB...
both of them did get their fires leveled up, though. That's a big problem with that fight, is Mickey stealing CP.
Yeah, and not being able to level up. As BB has already gone through that, and he's actually in Trinity Armor, I'm going to go ahead and switch over audio to his, and we're going to go ahead and see how BB does Trinity Armor. Shib, explain what's going down.
Every runner opens with a cartwheel towards the legs, and then an Ice Barrage on them to obtain the Spellweaver. And then, because you don't unlock Blade Charge till after this fight, you're still safe to use whatever means necessary to get to the Spellweaver finisher. Any spells at your disposal. And so once he breaks apart there, you're going to see him go into Spellweaver and then finish off the arm and just deal with the head. The spinning laser part right here is very dangerous. You can easily die if you're not guarding through that, and sometimes you can even get killed by invisible lasers from lingering hitboxes. So when he does Mega Laser here, it's completely safe to stand right underneath him and spam all the spells you want until you hit Spellweaver finisher once again, and then he'll be able to finish off the fight with that.
Yeah, good job from BB.
Just another incredible fight. Yeah, this has got to be still insane pace.
Oh, no, it definitely is right now. Definitely, no, without a doubt. This is on really, really good pace. There has been no glaring mistakes from BB so far. This has all looked very, very consistent on his end of the spectrum. As Adam now will be entering into Trinity Armor, not too far behind a BB. Anything can happen, even though we are talking about how spectacular this run is so far. Tweet it out, folks. World record pace.
He's about to ahead of my PB right now already.
Yeah, I remember when like sub 30 Trinity Armor was like, all right, I did it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Now it's like he got like a 27:35 casually in a marathon style run.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this run has come a long way.
And Adam's gonna get a low 29 himself, so it's not like he's doing bad or anything.
Yeah,
so,
no.
I say 29, and before he dies to Trinity Armor, and I'm just an idiot.
Yeah,
but
and then you're a big jerk.
I apologize in advance.
Oh wow, he's getting great damage though. Thanks to Ventus and Terra. What you guys don't know, the NPCs that are on your side actually scale up, and they do amazing damage when you're level 1. All of their hits take about 1/8 of HP or 1/6. All of their hits do a lot of damage, and Adam is actually getting a very, very quick.
Adam's fight might be better than Bloody's.
Yeah, no, honestly, I agree. This has been a very, very good fight. A nice thing about oh man, that was risky. The risky attack. Whoa, buddy. Calm down.
Doesn't know. Again, this is critical mode. That is a one shot if he gets hit by that laser.
Yeah.
Laser takes you out instantly. There's no guarding it. You can cartwheel through it if you're very precise, but anything other than that. Like if you get touched at all by the hitbox, it's over.
As BB enters into the dumbest programmed fight in this game, Vanitas won.
Vanitas is terrible.
Can anyone?
Awful design.
Can anyone explain what's going on? Shib, go for it.
Basically, you want to get lucky and catch him in your first magnet. If not, you need to dodge his attack and try again. He can troll you for quite a while. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. BB got good pattern. Once he's in a magnet, you just don't let him out of the magnet. You have enough magic haste to keep him up there permanently. You're going to use Ice Barrage and some spells to get Spellweaver, but then since Trinity Armor is now dead, you can only use physical attacks and Mind Square in order to get to the finisher. But once he reaches finisher, he'll spam a couple more spells until he's missing about an eighth of his final bar, where he'll do a final Spellweaver to finish him off.
Yeah.
I don't really want to say anything.
Almost a sub 30 Vanitas one. That's insane.
It was really, really good on his end. Adam will be entering into Vanitas 1 now. BB on amazing pace. Adam not too far behind. This race could go anywhere. This is Aqua Crit Level 1. Thank you everyone for joining on RPG Limit Break. I'm Asa, host, joined by Spike, Vegeta, and Shib. We're commentating this grand finals race of Aqua Crit. Thanks everyone, all 200 of you guys joining and watching.
This is the grand finals. If BB wins, it's all over. First place goes to him, but if Adam does pull one out of his hat here, then it will be going to a bracket reset.
Oh yeah, definitely, and I don't want that to happen, so BB, you better win, because I don't want to do this again, because I hate Aqua Crit.
Seeing BB put on these fires here before Deep Space is very detrimental. Having them, you're instantly put into a fight the second you step foot in Deep Space, so not equipping them in the menu beforehand on the world map causes you not to level them in this fight, and then you'll have to delay your melding, and I believe until the end of Deep Space you'll have to have them equipped instead, and you'll miss out on having Ice Barrage, which is a very, very powerful spell at this part of the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. And as you guys can see, Adam is just getting done with Vanitas 1 here.
There it was. You saw him use that thunder? That's the fight. That was it.
Wow.
That's everything working to now. You know, and we talk about it a lot. I don't even know if people necessarily mean it as a joke. There's whenever you see, you know, a multi-hour long run done at a GDQ, people always ask, how is this even a speed run? It's, you know, it's like there cannot be nearly as high a standards to the level of optimization as like a 20-minute run would have. When in reality, if you got the right runners in there with the right sort of dedication, I've seen runs, like, I'm a firm believer that Kingdom Hearts 2 speedrunning specifically is like by far the most optimized 4-hour run I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Shout outs to II Salad getting world record recently in Kingdom Hearts 2 English.
Really? I didn't know this.
Yeah, you got a 401, dude.
401 has been achieved.
Yeah.
Sub 4? English beginner.
Sub 4? You're funny.
We've been joking about it for years now. It seems like when sub 4, and people just keep pushing it down. It literally looks like the ceiling for that game is just above the 4 hours.
Yeah, Salad's summer best for that game is a 3:58.
3:58. He lost 3 minutes in the course of a 4-hour run.
Yep.
So that's
insane.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's quite insane. As BB will now actually be heading into the bike minigame for Aqua. We call it Gotcha Take That.
For a good like 45 minutes before this started.
Yeah.
So just to show the level of optimization, the level of just minute details that he works on, it's absolutely
the
insane.
reason is, though, is because this fight is probably the scariest and most deadly fight in the entire run, and the reason why we call it Gotcha Take That is the reason why I'm turning up the volume right now.
It's just a terrible, terrible thing.
Wow,
the run would be so much better without it, and it would be a lot more welcoming to new runners, because
This was,
people
I
have had.
hated the moment when I got up to learning here, and I was like, I hate everything. This is terrible.
Oh no, it's
Obviously,
not
the
fun. That
basic
bike is
idea
not fun to
you wanna
control.
get out, you want to get into a corner to where your back is not exposed, and start shooting these things. I think it takes 2 shots, maybe 3 shots to kill each of them. I want to say.
Several shots to knock up, and then you can kill with a couple shots after that.
Ah, okay.
But you should kill them when they get knocked up because it's free at that point. Several runners do practice strats of staying directly in the middle and just hoping not to die to get a fast fight. And
Right, because you have the
personally
problem
never
when
do
you
that.
go into a corner. While it's safer, the enemies sometimes will just stay away from you and never come close. Although that seemed once again like a very good fight for
Oh,
me.
yeah,
That was
no.
very good. He
That
did
was
not
very
get charged
solid.
too often, and they did not stay too passive either. So that's exactly how you want your corner hugging strats to go. We did see BB almost die here yesterday. Almost ruined his Deathless run, dropping to 1 HP. So that was a big improvement over yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. Damn.
And, Adam had
Shout
a
outs to
safe
the
start
chat.
to the game.
Shout outs to the chat right now for really being on pace with gotcha, take that, gotcha, take that, gotcha, take that.
Good you guys.
Wow. But yeah, as
I
Adam
gotta
will be
say,
entering
I'm
into that.
impressed Adam's even staying this close.
Oh, yeah,
This
no.
is one of
Yeah.
those where, you know, Adam's the one jumping in on this race. Adam's the one who got this far. For a lot of other people, we would be behind by many minutes right now.
Oh yeah, no, me and you would still be in Enchanted Dominion.
Yeah!
My
Goons won, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
You mean Cinderella World or
yeah.
actual Enchanted Dominion?
Actual Enchanted Dominion. We'd be on Dragon Mail. I think my PV of this is of Dragon Mail is a 32 on Dragon Mail. So the fact that I already introduced you.
You're closing in on Trinity armor at this point. You're not doing too bad.
Not too bad.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're now in the second trip of worlds, which mainly is Deep Space and Olympus Coliseum. Adam trying to avoid death right here. The good thing is the HP orbs in this, pretty much picking up just one group of them will refill your health.
One
So that's-
orb refills your
I'm
health.
very lucky. If it was not that way, then this would be even worse. So it'd be a lot more deaths to this.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh,
again, in
definitely.
this second trip of worlds, which is mainly Deep Space and Olympus Coliseum, we also have Disney Town, which we will actually effectively be pushing Deep Space and Olympus Coliseum both to almost the very end, to where you only have the final bosses left of them respectively, and then you're actually going to go to Disney Town. And so why are we going to Disney Town at that point?
Well, every character in this game is forced to go to Disney Town and do a mini game. In Aqua's case, we are forced to do Fruit Ball, which is like a 3-minute grace period, where it's pretty much we have to just kind of, we have to get to a certain amount of points, and then we can kind of just put the controller down and just breathe for a little while, because the AI that we're going against is not very well programmed to score goals in Fruit Ball. But the other reason
we say this, I have died in that before.
Oh, I've lost it too. Don't worry. But another reason why we're going there is to.
Ooh, Adam getting blade charge. Yeah. Let's see
Oh,
how-
that's gonna-
on 1 HP with blade charge. These
Ooh.
jellies are very scary enemies.
Yeah, they can kill you easily if the group of them jumps on top of you.
Yeah, definitely. And like I was on.
Nice save though.
Yeah, definitely. Good save using the transporter, heading back out. Like I was saying, Disney Town coming up. The other reason we have to use it is the reason why BB is getting ice cream ingredients right now. We actually have to use ice cream. We have to use all the ingredients that we got over the course of the run and get ice cream ingredients to make Fabricadabras, which force us into Spellweaver. Are ingredients that we can use in our command decks that can force out Spellweaver to make fights very, very quick, on opposed to a couple things. A couple fights in the future in the giant boss rush, I guess you can call it. So Disney Town is very, very important to the run, even though we're forced to go there in the first place.
Space isn't done yet. I still have to
Yeah.
feed onto.
It's it effectively turns like that is the end of the second chapter of the game, the way I think of it, into the final chapter, which is just ice cream galore. So
Oh, definitely.
again, Adam, how many times in Deep Space is he going to be pushed to 1 HP? See if he can pull this one out.
He should
He
be
did
able
get
to.
blade charge at least.
Yeah, that is very helpful. Hopefully you can take things out. The annoying thing about Deep Space is that when you first enter into this world, all the enemies start taking more, are able to tank more hits. The battle level is increased so much more that all the enemies' HP and defense are raised, and they take more hits to take out. Nothing Spellweaver can't handle because it's level 1, but it still takes a little bit more time, and it takes a little bit longer to take out enemies this way.
I remember in old BBS runs, they would get to Deep Space, and I think it was like in Terra's story.
Oh, beginner Aqua
in that room, and it took forever.
Oh yeah,
you were literally like. You don't know what true chip damage is until you get to Deep Space at below level like 14 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and then
really
this
bad.
game's got a really poorly done scaling system, honestly. So again, level 1 fixes that, but it's still pretty rough.
Yeah, definitely. And with BB just getting done with the second longest force fight in the game, he's actually gonna hightail it backwards and go back and get the last set of ingredients before heading into the force tournament rounds, 10 rounds that he has to go through. As Adam right now will be doing the getting the ice cream in Deep Space. Yeah.
It's so we're seeing a whole ingredients gathering difference here, right?
Dizzy Tizzy, cream fluff, delicious.
Which something interesting, I guess, I had not known about more modern runs of this category, that they don't actually like to use the Spellweaver finisher itself, that they just go straight to the ice cream enemies and start taking them down.
Yes, this is a newer strat. You only hit the ice cream now until you get the finisher, and then you leave. I don't know if you've seen runs of this done recently, Spike, but this also results in final fights having level 3 cartwheel. Level 4 cartwheel has officially been routed out of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
and how much
risky.
does that for honestly, including myself, for people watching, what does that mean that you don't have level 4 cartwheel?
It means you're not safe anymore. Like, with level 4 cartwheel, Brag and Final Vanitas, and even like Hades and Ice Colossus, as long as you're mashing the square button, you're invincible. You will not get hit by anything as long as you're not dropping inputs on cartwheels. However, level 3 does not have as many iframes, and you can easily be killed by Brag's DM if you're not paying attention to where you're going, or any of Vanitas' attacks. Vanitas' Sonic Blade will hit you out of cartwheel and kill you if you're at 1 HP.
Well, they have become ballsier and ballsier, I see.
Yes,
So
they choose to
bigger men
guard
than me.
the Vanitas' attacks. It looks very impressive, but it's very scary to watch.
So here, Bloody's inside of the 10 rounds fight of Olympus Coliseum. Effectively the last mob fights of the game. Basic strategy here, at least last time I played this, was they want to get into Spellweaver, get to the Spellweaver finisher as fast as they can to sort of lock themselves into having that finisher ready to go, and then do the rest of the fights with whatever your command deck's got. Don't worry about physical attacks or Spellweaver. And then wait till round 10 to unload Spellweaver. Because round 10 can be very scary with all the jellies around you.
Yeah, definitely. That is the only reason we don't end up using Spellweaver, besides the other fact, the other reason why. There's 2 reasons. Because if we use Spellweaver on a round with a low amount of enemies, we could actually make the round go longer because we're stuck in Spellweaver animation. And as you just saw, BB just got through the entire round, 10th round of jellies with Spellweaver, and you can see that the round lasted longer even though all the enemies were gone because he was still in Spellweaver animation. So BB gets done with that, moves on, and where's he going to be heading off to next, Shib?
After this, he'll be, I believe he delays his menuing and his shopping, so I think he's just going to exit the world and head on over to Disney Town to do some fruit ball and get some ice cream.
That's exactly what he's doing. You guys will see what fruit ball is here in a minute. Adam,
we
right now,
will get to see some fruit ball.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to see some fruit ball? I guess we'll use that time, and I'll let you plug in some stuff there, Spike. Adam,
absolutely.
Adam right now is in the 6th round of the tournament. of the Hades Olympus Coliseum world. As you guys can see, he's just going through using Magnet and Ice Barrage on all the enemies on every round. That will 100% kill every enemy in every round. And just so he can get to that last round of jellies, because those jellies, like we said before, if you get touched, you're dead. So we want to make sure we have all the invincibility frames we can and all the damage that we can to wipe them out as fast as possible.
It's also fortunate that magic reload does continue while you're sitting there watching the you win screen, and as well as transitioning between rounds. Which
Definitely.
is the only reason that Ice Barrage is able to be used each round, otherwise it would still be on cooldown.
Yeah, as you guys just saw, BB just turned that into Fabricadabras. I did not see how many he got. But this is Fruit Ball, folks. It's a volleyball game versus three unverse. Basically, what you can do in this, you can score about 15 and lay down the controller. And kind of just relax, think about what you're going to do in the rest part of the run. But I think BB will probably be going for the Fruit Ball world record, which is like 42, held by Rebel Watt. Shout out to him, really good runner.
Rebel Watt was the world record
of Fruit Ball. Yeah, of course,
I
it would
think
be
Adam
Fruit Ball.
tied it as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, a TWR, sick.
Nice. And we're going to use this time to kind of tell you guys what's going on and what we're about. Spike, go for it.
Yeah, we are in the grand finals of our Aqua Critical tournament. It's level 1 tournament, I guess, specifically, however you want to consider it. It's really, at the end of the day, it's any percent. This is actually the fastest way to beat Birth by Sleep, any of the individual stories. But yeah, this is the finals. I believe, once again, we had like 24 or so people enter this tournament. Unbelievable amount of people from the community jumped onto this race, or onto this game, and this category once it came out. Just made the game more accessible. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun doing commentary for all of this. Been having fun with my buddy Ace. J-Hop's got in here. We got Shiv in here today. So lots of cool stuff.
Damn, man, you almost just called me Asa. Come on, man.
I was,
dude, you have you have the same name.
I know. It's been haunting me my whole life. The number one thing I want to plug is that on this same channel in 10 days, any of you who for some reason don't know, and it's a lot of you here probably do know, but you guys need to get out on social media. You need to plug this stuff. RPG Limit Break is starting in only 10 days. We'll be coming to you live from Salt Lake City, Utah, in Kari Johnson or Essentia's house, longtime member of the Speed Demos Archive and the speedrunning community. Being put on by Puexel and his own committee of people. It's kind of the spiritual successor in a lot of ways to Crystals for Life, who sadly died after only 2 years. But they're really bringing a sense of professionalism to it, that GDQ charm, and I'm excited to see where they're able to go with it. For Kingdom Hearts specifically, we are excited because we essentially get our own block. I have the honor of doing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Critical Mode on the 15th. The event will be running May 12th through the 16th. I'll be running Cage 2 FM Crit along with Biscuit047, who's showing up, who's going to be doing Sephiroth, Terra, AS fights. We're going to have a ton of fun. Followed up by, you're going to have a bidding war to pick either Aqua, Ventus, or Terra. So if you want to troll Adam, you can make him do Ventus or Terra, doing any percent of this game. So we're going to have our own Kingdom Hearts block. We're very excited to get that opportunity. So, yeah, it's been a joy game to be a part of this. Go ahead, Shib.
Just one thing I wanted to note, though, is that any percent for Terra and Ven will be beginner mode. So,
yes.
Any percent for Aqua, obviously the fastest is her level 1 critical mode. And I know Adam was really hoping, as well as a few other people, that Aqua does come out victorious. So, I don't want to, like, say, hey, if you have your preferences, you have your preferences, but in all honesty, this is probably the best watch category out of the three, and I know that he would just prefer if Aqua was to win, so
yeah,
hopefully people would prefer this category over the others.
Oh, definitely. You can really see the hardship and pain in the other categories. This is a great showing and a great. I think I'd be able to tell you guys. I totally forgot what I was going to tell you guys. But BB getting through, BB getting through doing this Kupo menu, as I like to call him. What's he picking up, Shib?
This menu, you're gonna see him grab, what is it? 2 cures, an Asuna, 5 ignites, and a barrier. And then he's going to be melding his 2 fires with a wellspring to get once more, and then a barrier with an Asuna and a pulsing to get second chance with renewal barrier. Renewal barrier is obviously very helpful. It removes the need for cures for several fights because taking damage while blocking will now fill up your health. So then you're going to see him put on renewal barrier as well as 3 ice creams in his command deck, and then he rolls with 2 ignites. Only one of them being used. The second one is just so that he doesn't have to menu it in later because he'll be equipping 4 ignites later, so a little bit of time save, very minuscule time save in that. And then a poison for the Gantu fight, and Fire Aga obviously to have the once more ability equipped, and a sliding dash for movement tech.
Yeah, you won't see that Fire Aga gone anytime soon. We want once more for now on. As he'll now actually be entering into Zach. Shib, tell me, what is he doing? I have no clue.
So basically, this fight's pretty straightforward. Ignite 2 ice cream spellweaver, ignite 2 ice cream spellweaver. The only problem is Zach's patterns. He can give you a nice one like BB is getting right now, not really optimal, but definitely a good fight. But sometimes he can give you a bad pattern, and when you go to spellweaver, he jumps backwards, so you miss out on about a half a bar of damage, and you won't be able to 2-cycle him. If you miss that, you'll have to do a 3rd spellweaver to finish it.
Only in speedrunning are we like, damn it, he jumped back.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. But yeah, I just also go ahead and throw out there, it's great having your like analyst on, as Shib is in this instance.
Yes.
Whereas like in sports, it's like we only have to kick it over to you every once in a while. Here it's like in speedrunning, it's like constant. Oh, what are they doing here? Oh, what are they doing here? Oh, what are they doing here? So
yeah,
shout out to Shib for joining us here and doing some really good expert commentary. While Ace and I love doing commentary, we are not by any means experts or keep up to date on this category. So
Aqua Crit, definitely not.
Shib, you got a 114 in this category, I believe.
113 now.
113.
Oh, you PB'd?
Yeah, I PB'd a couple days ago.
Nice.
47.
Nice. I thought you had a 114, dude. That was nice job. Nice work.
Thanks.
As BB will now
PB pace last night as well.
As BB will now actually be heading into Ice Colossus and Hades. He's actually
Shib, what is he doing?
No, I got this one.
Okay, you got
don't
it.
worry, don't worry. I saw this yesterday. Okay, so what BB does here, essentially, Hades has a random pattern on whichever way he wants to go. If he comes towards you, what he'll do is pop an ice cream, hit Hades once to send him towards the left hind leg of Ice Colossus, and that makes it so both of his spellweavers, the 3 spellweavers that he's actually going to do, is going to be able to take down Ice Colossus and Hades both at the same time. It was a really, really good fight from BB.
Wow. Solid fight. He's once again very lucky that Hades did not DM, because once Ice Colossus goes down, the chances of Hades DMing skyrockets compared to having him alive.
Definitely.
Okay, that was actually clarified. I never knew if they were able to figure out what consistently makes him DM or not DM.
Well, he can still do it while Ice Colossus is alive, and it's just unlucky, but he's much more likely to do it if Ice Colossus dies first.
Yes.
Right.
And yeah, Hades DM is not dangerous in any way, easy to dodge. The only thing is you lose a bunch of time just because he gains complete invulnerability until it's over.
Yeah, definitely. And as Adam's getting done with Zach, he's going to be heading into Ice Colossus and Hades. I believe Adam does the same thing BB does, like we said before, just kind of watches patterns. If he moves out of the way, knock him towards the leg. He'll use Fabric Cadavers to force himself into Spellweaver in an attempt to take down Ice Colossus and Hades, both at the same time. It's a double boss fight in one where you have to take out both enemies, but thanks to the huge hitbox and the AoE spell of Spellweaver, he's going to be able to take out both of them at the same time if they're close enough.
We also do see BB use an Ignite on Ice Colossus, which I don't believe any other runners do. It does decent damage to him. I don't know if it's because the fire spell and he's made of ice, or it just happens to work out that way, but it also helps him. It's the reason that his Ice Colossus is down so quickly, and that he keeps getting lucky with Hades not DMing and being able to finish it so fast.
Yeah,
I'm curious myself how Adam is actually doing on his PB, because it feels like he's not that far behind Bloody, and Bloody seems like he's on insane pace right now.
No, Adam is definitely on. I want to say PB pace right now, if not a little less than.
So I think even if this ends up being a loss for Adam, which I'm not saying it is yet, because again, anything can happen in Aqua Crit, but right as I say that, he's down to 1 HP again.
This guy is crazy. Nice. Wow.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
As you guys talk about Adam, he gets to 1 HP.
Yeah. Well, that's because every time he does something crazy, and it's like, is he gonna die? Is this it, folks?
And then see here, BB fighting Gontu. I knew they were commenting about me not using poison on this fight last night, but that's the exact reason why right there. Even doing 2 poisons in this fight with 2 Spellweavers, it's not guaranteed that you'll get a 2 cycle. It's reliant on Stitch's damage. He has to shoot enough lasers at Gontu in order to get the 2 cycle, and as you see right there, BB didn't get the 2 cycle. He had to do a couple of regular combos to finish off that fight.
That's been like the biggest piece of slop in his run so far.
Oh yeah, and that's just all due to Stitch. That's all due to the AI. So that really shows how much optimization BB has down on this game.
So,
and we are in the last 13 minutes of the game, actually. We're in the last 13 minutes of the game. And just so you guys at home that don't know, this is an hour and 10-minute long speed run. Honestly, this is the shortest speed run out of all the Kingdom Hearts full games. That is absolutely insane. If you look at other speedruns around the world where you've got 6-minute speedruns, 10-minute speedruns, an hour and 10 minutes is the shortest one we've got here.
That's the best we've got.
This is the best we can do for you. Sorry about it.
By a landslide too. It's like this is the shortest category by far compared to other Kingdom Hearts games.
It's like what, Ventus and Terra are both close to 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be. No, they're sub 120s. Beginner routes are sub 120s, but I mean, compared to other Kingdom Hearts games, such as like 1.5 and 2FM, like this is a landslide faster.
Yeah, 1.5 is like sub 250. 2FM is like close to 340. It's, you know, obviously a little bit longer games. It does help that this is, for all intents and purposes, a third of a game, but.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah.
But honestly, BBS is a good category if anyone's interested out there in Kingdom Hearts speedrunning. It's a good category to hop into because of the length of it.
I know Biz himself, like, because I throw out, people always ask me, okay, I'm a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, I want to get into speedrunning, what's a category you would recommend? And I always throw out 3 categories. I throw out 1.5 beginner, I throw out KH2 US beginner, and I throw also shout-outs to Adam getting the 2 cycle there on Gontu.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Save a little bit of time on Bloody there.
But yeah, both of those, and then Aqua Crit, level 1. And I know Biz and some other people have criticized me saying, like, you shouldn't throw that out as, like, a good beginner category. And while I do know, obviously, you know, it is on critical mode. The game can kill you pretty easily. It's one of the quickest learns. I think, debatably, from just how many hours it will take you to learn this, compared to 1.5 beginner, 2FM, or, you know, KH2 beginner. I feel like it might even be a faster learn. Do you guys agree?
I believe so, 100%.
I do.
I know this. I know this game better than I know KH2 and KH2 English, and I run that game. So I mean, this run is very easy to learn. The only things you need to really know about this game is how the basic mechanics of Birth by Sleep is, because Birth by Sleep is completely different to the numbered games. So in this Kingdom Hearts games, it's a lot about cooldown management and how your attacks work, how your character works, and that's really easy to pick up on. That's the only thing you really need to know coming into this. And as now Adam enters into Neverland and BB's actually doing the menu for did the menu and just adjusting it a little bit more for Vanitas 2. By the way, Netherland in this world, basically it's walk straight and you'll end up at a boss fight, and that's the world. You've done it. But now entering into Vanitas 2, Shib, our lovely analyst of this fight, please tell the people at home what's going on.
So for this fight, he's going to want to open up with 2 ice creams right away to get the Spellweaver finisher, but then he'll actually hold it for almost the entire fight.
Yeah.
A problem that some people have with this fight is doing an Ignite and then a Fabricadabra is not something you want to do. It will put you into Firestorm. You need to do both ice creams right in a row. So after that, he's just going to... It used to be a spam Ignite kind of deal. People were just like, oh, you have Magic Haste, just spam Ignite. And then it was figured out that 10 hit stuns from Ignite does force him into his DM, or his dive move. So that's not what DM stands for. That's just what his is.
Yeah.
So BB will count them most likely out
that,
loud. After 10, he wants to let the damage ring out so that by the time he hits him with the 10th one, he can do 1 Spellweaver, and it will be able to do enough damage to kill him. As you can see here, this new strat of BB tailing him behind, you can actually damage him while he's underground with the Spellweaver. I don't know if you've seen that one before, Spike, because that's kind of a newer one.
I actually did not know that. Yeah.
So basically what that does is forces Vanitas to stay underground so he doesn't end the dives early, which is a big problem that Vanitas can do. He can dive twice and just stop, and then you're stuck sitting there trying to ignite him and keep him down, get him really, really low just so you can poke him once just to finish off the fight. Because then at that point you only have one. You use 2 Fabricadabras. You only have 3 in 1 slot. That's what the route entails. 1 slot of Fabricadabra. So you'd be fresh out of luck, and you'd have to sit there and poke him down if you weren't able to kill him down after that Spellweaver. But what BB's strat forces that to do is that he stays underground, and he doesn't run the risk of him not keep on diving up and down. All he does is stays on the ground, and he still takes the damage.
Yeah, I gotta say, I honestly had no idea that was a strat until yesterday, and then I did it in my race against Adam, and I prefer it strongly over just hoping that he dies multiple times, because that's another thing of RNG that you had to deal with. If Vanitas only wanted to dive 1 time, it was highly unlikely that your Spellweaver would do enough damage, and then you have to dodge roll around and ignite him until you can kill him after that.
Yeah.
Try this at home, kids.
Good job from BB taking that down. We're actually going to go full screen on Adam's stream as BB skips a bunch of cutscenes entering in the Keyblade Graveyard.
He's got a while before.
Yeah, as you guys can see here, he's going to go ahead and pop 2 Fabricadabras, 2 ice creams, and force himself into Spellweaver. And as Shib said, it takes 10 hit stuns from Ignite to force Vanitas to underground, to start diving underground. So Adam is silently counting in his head every time he hit stuns Vanitas, and trying to hope that he goes underground. Now he's at about 4 right now. He's just gonna try to renewal barrier to get himself back up so he doesn't get hit if he gets hit again. So he's gonna do the same thing, walk up, renewal barrier. He's gonna Vanitas dodges that one. I think he's at about 8 right now. Oh, that was 10.
Or teleport, it doesn't count as a hit.
As you guys can see him trailing it. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Just very short. So he's going to have to do the same thing as we said before. Poke him down. Hopefully he dodges it. He does not dodge it, which he is doing right now, and he has dodged every single Ignite thrown at him so far. There it is. Using the shot lock to finish off the fight. That is rough. That is really, really rough.
The problem with BB, more or less almost all of his Ignites ring out for a little bit of damage, but Adam did a little bit more spamming there, so when reapplying another Ignite, you lose out on all the damage of the previous Ignite. Like, the other one stops right there and it starts a new one. So he missed out on too much damage from doing Ignites too quickly and wasn't able to kill him with the Spellweaver there.
Ever played this game casually and you've gotten to Keyblade Graveyard, then you
Again, that just goes to show... Like, genuinely, like, I'm not, like, bloody. Like, I don't hate this game, but I think Vanitas is an absolutely terribly designed fighter.
Oh, definitely.
And you have to fight him in, like... I haven't actually played Terry yet, but you have to fight him quite a bit in both Ventus and Aqua.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's pretty terrible.
He's pretty not fun.
I would argue that Vanitas 1 on Ventus is
Oh.
designed than the Vanitas.
Oh, definitely. I hate that fight.
Spam sleep and let Mickey kill him.
Yeah, that's the strat. That is the actual strat. Keep him asleep so Mickey can kill him.
I saw Bloody doing his movement tech here. A lot of casual players might not have known that those tornadoes are in fact dodgeable when dodged correctly. It's a very specific strat that needs to be
just rolling alongside of the shadows. Here in Keyblade Graveyard, we are in the final fights. BB is on spectacular pace right now, doing the menu for it. He's got 2 boss fights he has to worry about here coming up. He's got Brag, aka Original Burrito, and final Vanitas. Brag.
We'll see what kind of strats he's gonna pull out.
Because he pulled off Spike yesterday. He pulled off the Peter Pan strat. You weren't here for that, but anyone else that wasn't here.
It was flawless.
Yeah, the perfect Peter Pan strat. If you guys have not seen it before, the Peter Pan strat is something to not want to close your eyes for. So if he's gonna go for it, we're gonna let you guys know. If he's gonna go for it, we're gonna let you guys know if he is. You'll know in an instant if he is.
Unfortunately, we also saw Adam try Peter Pan yesterday, and Brag
just quickly short out. Buddy had a nice backup for it though.
A very nice save. One that most runners did not think was possible. It was very cool to see.
All right, we're gonna head over.
Check out the past broadcast if you missed that.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to BB's perspective here, putting him on full screen, turning up his volume. Shib, tell him what he's doing. He is gonna go for Peter Pan.
Yep.
Baby.
Oh boy, I don't know. He took that early hit, getting to 1 HP, so this could be very... Alright, well, D-Links refill your HP gauge, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Peter Pan only fills up the gauge if you damage an enemy while they're in the air. So he got a good pattern there, a perfect pattern for Peter Pan. Brag did an early jump up, so he got his command gauge full just from the combo and then the reflex on his bullets. Now he's just going to wait for the DM, and then you'll see exactly why this strat is so powerful.
I'll be safe.
It's
every bit of me wants him to hit this right now. Oh my gosh.
Definitely the fastest way to do this.
Yeah, he got it!
And there it goes.
Fucking
nice job. If you guys have never seen that before, that makes that fight unbelievably quick. And that is unbelievable damage. We were talking about damage scaling and how they didn't do it correctly with EXP0 when it comes to D-Links and certain D-Links and Spellweaver, and that is exactly what it shows you right there. 2.5 bars just gone, just like that. See you later.
And you don't even have to mash X like it tells you to. You can just hold down the X button and it'll do all that damage. And
as BB is also heading into final Vanitas, we're gonna put him back on full screen. Show you guys.
We do see him on a ridiculous pace right now as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this fight a minute 15?
Oh yeah.
It depends on his pattern. It can really go any amount of time.
Again, I'm gonna be that guy in chat. World record is 108.15. What is
16.
It? Okay, he's got just about a minute on my stream.
Should get a dive very soon. Next step, there goes.
Oh, and he's gonna get max damage too. Good.
Oh baby.
Good cure.
Oh baby.
Good cure.
No, he took an extra hit. Oh, he got a good DM.
Good cure. Great DM. Look at that damage coming down. This is is extremely fast. One more Spellweaver.
Oh, can he do it, ladies and gentlemen?
We'll see how long it takes to dive.
There it is.
So the dive, let's see if he can finish it with this.
New world record.
New world record.
Gosh, dude.
108.09.
Almost 107, unbelievable.
108.07.
Hell.
108.07.
108.07 by my count. 108.07. Oh my gosh.
BB with world record hype, ending out the grand finals with a 108.07. 07
What
as
a way
Adam.
to end the grand final.
Yeah,
I'll say that much.
with a bang.
Unbelievable run from start to finish by BB. Unbelievable.
Absolutely
To jump back over to
unbelievable.
Adam, he is going for the pan strats as well. We've already seen it once. Can lightning strike twice?
Second game timer.
I would very much like. Adam is on very good pace for his
Unbelievable.
own PB actually. His own PB is an 11:23, I believe, a 1:11:23.
Oh, I want a double PB tonight. Let's do this, boys.
Yeah.
So it's very possible. We'll see how these Peter Pan strats go out for Adam.
You guys remember 108.09 going in.
Oh, Adam gets it. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, he just
Doesn't
about
finish it off,
doesn't
though.
finish it
That's
off.
with a half
Can
health still.
can he finish? Oh, and he got the backup. He got the backup. Excellent
Yep, there
work.
he goes. It was a good fight, and now he has about the same amount of time BB had to world record, except to get his own PB.
Holy hell. You guys all saw it here on RPG Limit Break. Bloody Biscuits getting world record. Adam trailing just behind by about 2.5 minutes. This was a spectacular race, guys.
Definitely a good race. Like,
Yeah.
This is a good way to end this tournament on, I gotta say.
Definitely, most definitely. As Adam now will be heading into final Venitas, we're gonna go ahead and watch him do this. Shib, explain what he's doing every step of the way. Last time we had the world record, we were all kind of watching the timer for this one.
Basically, he wants to get into Spellweaver as quickly as possible, and then since he doesn't roll with ignites like BB does, the only form of poke he'll be able to do on Vanitas to make him retaliate is actually he gets a very
Ooh, early dive.
very
That's
good.
nice.
Ooh, wow.
He doesn't do tailing along strats like BB does, unfortunately. So he can't poke him with its Fire-Aga, and he's going to be cartwheeling, or not cartwheeling anymore. He's just going to try and guard his attacks in order to cancel the animations, and then Fire-Aga-ing when he can in order to try and make Vanitas retaliate as fast as possible. So the old strats here was to cartwheel around until he did a move you could punish, but that's no longer the case with level 3 cartwheel. The only time you're going to want to use your Spellweaver finisher is when he does a dive.
Oh,
When he
unfortunate death.
Unfortunately, Adam was a little early with that Spellweaver finisher during the DM and took too much damage when he was exiting the finisher, and a very poor pattern to see him dive right after that. If he would have just done a normal attack, he could have saved that. He could have got some health back with his renewal barrier, but Vanitas just does what he feels like.
Yeah.
Again, terrible design, boss. So.
Early dive. Again.
Yeah, another early dive.
Yeah, he's got the trail.
Trying that out.
That was really good.
Oh, how did that not guard? Alright, he got some HP.
Yeah. Whew, scary.
Unfortunately, he isn't doing the optimal tailing strats. He did it on the last dive, which is when the lingering hitbox will put you on 1 HP. BB does it on the second dive, where he only gets to about half health instead.
I don't want to grind out 107.
Once again, going for the early Spellweaver on the DM. Not sure how I feel about this, because he's going to end up at 1 HP again. He gets a dive right afterwards, but he can choose to follow you or follow Mickey. The AI just kind of decides which one it wants to hit, so it was following Mickey that time, so he was
This
safe.
should kill.
No, he's going to have to do one
No.
more. He was a little short on
Ah,
damage.
okay. I
Oh,
didn't
and
see
he's
where
going
his
for the
HP was going into
YOLO,
it.
and he ended
There
up-
it is.
Oh,
He targeted Mickey too.
There it is.
Oh.
112.39.
The 1 HP
The
for
1
those last
HP.
few seconds, man.
112.39. BB winning the race by about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Excellent job from both runners. This was, yeah, wow, what a treat to watch.
That was a really fun race to watch. Unfortunate death there right at the end, but really, I think great performances by both of them. Obviously, I mean, what can you say? Bloody gets world record, so on
Very
maybe his
solid
like
performance.
exit from the category.
Yeah.
For all we know.
For all we know.
I was talking to him yesterday about it, and he said he's definitely done with this category for a while. He said he might return eventually to try and optimize it a little more. He said 107 is possible, but
Gosh,
yeah, that's the last
literally,
we're
if
gonna see of it for
Ganja was the only thing that jumped out at me in that entire run where I could actually notice time loss. If Stitch is a bro, then that's a 107 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Then, of course, it's just he got really good RNG this run as well, so it would have to be a trial and error until he got that again, unfortunately. But
Right.
it's definitely a possibility for him to get that.
do we want to bring the two runners?
Oh,
into the
yeah,
panel and
definitely.
touch on it a little bit?
Let's-
Kinda is like overall the end of the tournament.
Yeah, we'll get. No, this is definitely the end of the tournament. So, thanks everyone for watching. We're gonna do post-game interviews with both of them here. We're gonna move them into the channels right now. Good job! What a fucking run, boys!
What a race!
God damn!
Yeah, really excellent performances by both of you. That was a ton of fun to watch and commentate. So,
Well, there you go.
there you go.
Congrats
So-
on new world record,
What a
BB.
fucking run, boys!
What a race.
So-
I don't have to retime that with the sports
It
and
felt
everything.
like on, at least by the timer on your screen, it looked like a 108.07 by
Yeah.
once he lost all of his HP. So
Yeah, I needed to make sure that I donned before anything else.
Yeah.
for sure. So, apparently we have an echo going on.
Oh yeah, no, that's my fault. That's my fault. Don't worry. Fixed it.
Okay, cool. Nice. Good. That's why we have you on board. All right, good deal. So yeah, I guess we'll start with Bloody. Just take us through the run. What were your overall feelings about it, and how it all went down?
Well, I definitely did not go into this like expecting to get world record, so
Yeah.
that was kind of. I mean, I just started it off kind of like yesterday, just kind of like easing myself and getting myself to like chill out, cause there's always kind of like nerves going into it, but it took a little bit less time to calm down. I calmed down pretty quickly and just kind of got into the groove of things.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I didn't have anything to say.
Be a speedrunner for just a second and never be happy with anything you do. The only thing I was saying throughout, the only thing that jumped out at me as someone with a 141 in this category, the only thing that jumped out to me was the game fight. Obviously, Stitch was not a bro. Was there anything else that lingers in your mind a little bit about like, oh, this fight could have gone a little better, or were you mostly happy with everything that went down with your current strats?
I'm trying to think. I got the pulsing drop and Jock Escort. That really helped. Everything else was really solid. Trinity armor could be like a little bit better. Like, there's a lot of small nitpicky things that I can like say about this run to say like it's not perfect.
For sure.
Yeah, Gansu was maybe Zach could be a little bit better. I think the big thing was actually Final Vanitas, to be honest. That felt slow.
Mhm.
It was,
we talked about
less than a
ourselves.
minute 30 segment, I think.
Hmm?
It was less. It was like he had a minute 30 to world record starting fight, I believe.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
never mind then. Who knows?
Well, we were talking about it, but when we got to Adam doing the fight, we were like, all right, let's actually analyze the fight a little bit, because we were only watching your timer the entire Final Vanitas fight. After you hit the fan strap, we were just like, I don't care what happens. Just the time. Do it. We need arbitrary time up in here.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah,
I was like to
dude.
say, this is the second like marathon style race I've done for one of these channels, and last two times it's been a world record. So yeah, last time Marker Goldfish with Tropical Freeze, now Bloody with Cage 2.5, Aqua, BBS, Critical, Level 1. Is there anything else we can add to it? Yeah. So
HD.
HD is HD. I forgot about that. Yeah. So yeah, really just excellent work. What's your feeling about going forward with this category, having this time now? Do you feel like you're taking a break? Do you never want to see it again? What's the deal?
I don't want to touch this game for a while. This game is icky. I don't like it.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to grind 107. When I was grinding runs earlier, it wasn't really fun at all. So the thought of like grinding this out for a 107, while it certainly seems like, possible, I don't really want to do it right now anyway. I want to focus on other stuff. Like, I have 1.5 to go back to, and other projects as well that might not even be speedrunning related. So yeah.
I gotta say, I love the most used D-Link, Peter Pan 1.
One time, yeah. You can't say that we don't use D-Links. We use everything at our disposal, ladies and gentlemen.
So, yeah, definitely excellent work. Let's kick it over to Adam. Adam, give us a rundown of the run, as we say. And how'd you feel about it and everything?
It was about what I expected. I didn't practice or anything, so...
It was a run. Are you a little bit relieved to be done with the tournament finally?
Yeah, pretty much. Went on for about a month longer than it was supposed to.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think most everybody involved is pretty happy that the marathon is finally over.
Yeah, it's nice to see it come to a conclusion after such a long time. Like,
yeah.
Luguzu's bracket just kind of dragged on for.
But I will say this. I will say this about us. You know, we are 2 for 2 at least in the tournaments I've been somewhat involved with. We're 2 for 2 on actually finishing our tournaments. You see people with, you know, we're talking about, like, oh, this is our shortest category, an hour and 10 minutes. I've seen people with, you know, 10-minute Mario World categories with, you know, 50-minute Super Mario 64 70-star that can't finish their tournaments.
Yeah.
So, still shout-outs to us for getting it done, eventually finishing it off. So, I guess the biggest question for both of you guys I have is just, or really, I mean, I guess anybody in the call, is there a particular, do we want to see another Kingdom Hearts tournament soon? What kind of game category do we want to see? I'm wondering if we want to see the return of 1.5 beginner now. But I'd like to hear what you guys think.
I don't. Personally.
I say no to that because, like, a second 1.5 tournament was, like, tried to surface, but they just couldn't get things going. And I don't know. I would something about it seems like we couldn't really do a second one.
I would love to see something like that within our community, within the KH community, but I don't think that's possible. Because every time we get into one of these, a lot of grinding goes into these games, and a lot of people get drained out and they don't want to play it anymore, so they move on to another KH game. So I would love to see it, but I don't know if it's possible.
I don't think it'll be KH2. KH2 is way too long.
Way too long.
1.5 at 3 hours is just pushing that limit.
Yeah, that's starting to push it.
Short enough to where
we need a nice game within like the 2-hour mark. Just like
Reverse Rebirth is the first thing that comes to mind, but it just doesn't really feel like a race-friendly game. Like, a lot of people would kind of like feel cheated if they didn't get like jokers and good RNG with the map cards and such.
Right.
So I mean, like, I think that we've done like a lot for sure, but like as of right now, I can't think of any future tournaments that could like really that we could, like, you know, just automatically go towards. I'm excited to see if we can actually just get the what we'll hopefully talk about a little bit later, the relay race idea going.
Yeah,
make that an actual reality.
A little bit while we're here, kind of promote that just a little bit. Just the idea. It's it's just an idea right now. But go ahead.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, stealing off of the 3D Zelda relay race idea. It was kind of like started in my Ask FM, and then one day we started theory crafting teams together, and now it's to the point where I'm trying to kind of like plan a time during the summer before SGDQ. Or maybe after, I don't know. I want to get like a meeting with a lot of people to see what people's feelings are on when this should take place. And I also have a submission form already in the works. I'm just waiting to get people's full input and seeing if people are okay with the idea of a relay race before I throw out a submission form. But yeah, it's most likely going to be like, you know, 2-3 teams, and it's most likely just whatever runners that we can get that can fill those 2-3 teams. We'll most likely throw in. If there aren't enough runners or enough runners that have like close times, then that game will get thrown out. But I'm sure that we can get, like, you know, maybe 5 or so games in a relay and just do it one day during the summer. I think it'd be really cool.
It's amazing, again, I always bring it up, just how far our community has come since even just a few years ago when there was a handful of us to now we genuinely can talk about a relay.
Yeah.
So we have these tournaments with, close to 30 people in them. Just, amazing to watch the growth. So I just want to thank all of us. Like, once again, we had another tournament. I think it was successful. Again, we can complain about, like, it probably lingered on a little bit, but,
it actually finished, and that's a lot better than other tournaments can say.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, does anyone else have any final thoughts or anything before we cut the stream? Another thing I want to say is just shout-outs to Puexel and the RPG Limit Break team for letting us have this channel for the last 2 days. That's been awesome. So, can't wait for RPG Limit Break hype in 10 days. So, get on social media, promote this marathon. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Adam for actually organizing the original tournament and keeping it organized and making sure that it finished.
Yeah.
Some sacrifices had to be made on the way.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But he kept it going. If it wasn't for Adam, it might still be going on. Honestly.
Yeah. It's tough especially with big tournaments like this when it's 26 people. And it's gonna take a while for sure, and getting people to
26 people in a double elimination tournament of an hour plus long game. So
the fact that it actually finished is actually an accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Then shout outs to Kingdom Hearts game's gonna be in RPG Limit Break as well. So if you enjoyed,
and SGDQ.
Yeah, and SGDQ, ASM, I think, not sure. And ESA, there's a KH block happening at ESA actually.
What all is in ESA? I actually don't know.
Days Recoded. I think Aqua Crit's in there. I think.
Who submitted Aqua Crit at ESA?
I need to relook at the list to know exactly what games are in there. I think Salad is doing KH2 any %.
Hey,
world
record holder.
Data.org. Yeah, there's a legitimate KH block happening at ESA.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Shout outs to Eden All and his entire crew for putting that together. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm
almost honored to be the first to go there and represent. And
you were basically by yourself last year. Now there is quite the crew.
Yeah. Now you got the Euro crew there, and you got a bunch of other people heading out there. So that's pretty awesome. I want to say big shout outs to me for not falling asleep. Also to everyone else that's been watching and that has watched on Spike's channel or Mike's channel. I've had to restream all of these so far, and it's really cool just to kind of see people interacting and kind of rooting it on and watching all the races so far. So thanks all you guys for watching out there. It makes me happy to know that you guys are all willing to watch this kind of stuff for the Kingdom Hearts community in general. I'm gonna set you guys free now. I think we're all done here, right?
Just real quick, cageleaderboards.com if anybody out there is interested in learning any games.
Oh yeah.
Times, notes, and everything is on there. And ask anybody, any of the people in here, or any runners you see in chats, questions, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, definitely. KHLeaderboard.com, like Shib said, notes, all times, find us. We have a Kingdom Hearts speedruns team on Twitch. Go ahead, check out all the runners that are going to be running Kingdom Hearts. We have everyone. There is one streamer that will probably throughout the day running any KH game. So if you're interested, KH2, Days, Coded, Chain of Memories, 1, BBS. You've got the whole works. There's someone running a game out there, without a doubt. So be sure to check that out. Follow everyone that was here today. Shibmeister222, Spike Vegeta, Bloody Biscuits, Adam Timothy 0, and mine Ace. Follow RPG Limit Break. Thanks everyone for watching again. Bye-bye.
One more thing.
Oh, what's up,
Adam?
Adam?
One more thing from Adam.
Do you want to evade someone?
Sure.
Ooh. Who are we raiding?
Because I noticed K Greaves is doing 1.5.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let's hit him up.
Yeah, let's do that. While I'm setting, all right. So while I'm setting everyone free, you guys can go ahead and go be free on K Greaves' stream, doing some. What is he doing again?
1.5.
Whoa, 1.5. Fun. All right, guys.
Great
Thanks for
message.
watching. We're out of there.